one disco. But then let's begin with the story. As part of its plan to deliver the biggest ever cut in migration, the United Kingdom has begun the implementation of a ban on care workers entering the UK on health and care worker visas from bringing dependents. The ban, which took effect from Monday this week, is targeted at all overseas care workers. The move was first announced in December last year as the government introduced more measures to cut the rising figures of what it called unsustainable migration numbers. Meanwhile, Nigerians have been reacting to this news, with some describing it as an unfair decision that will crush the plans of many who would have loved to relocate in search of greener pastures through the Caregivers route. Well, the government of the UK says that this was to improve also, it's looking at improving the living standards of the people, and so needed to cut down because the government is also having some challenges as it is economically, and so they are trying to look at measures they can take so they can deliver on what is necessary for the citizens. Recall that last year, I think, the UK banned international students from bringing in their dependents as well. And so all of this is saying measures to look into the matter, to address the matter of the economic downturn.
Yeah, well, the recession hit Britain is trying hard to shore up its what's it called, to make sure that the economy comes back to life, because they're just trying to do everything to ensure that they have a better economy. But all the same, this new policy is something that a lot of people have actually, thought to be like, this wasn't well thought through, because the UK Secretary of State for the Home Department, James Cleverly, when he posted it on Twitter, he actually came with a lot of backlash from Nigerians, home and abroad, and also some British themselves, who felt, no, this is not the right thing, because you're asking people to come and take care of your own family while neglecting their own family back home. So, but then if you look at one of the reasons why they are doing this, the employment rate rose to 3.9% in 3 months, up from 3.8% in the final quarter of last year. So average regular pay growth, excluding bonuses, fell to 6.1% from 6.2%. So, now this new policy would definitely affect about 120,000 people who newly immigrated into
last year.
Into the UK, so they are not eligible to be able to bring in their family. But how easy is that going to be? Because in this era, I find is an era of globalization where people move from one place to the other in search for greener pastures, because they felt, okay, if they go to certain places, and if you notice, a lot of people get into the UK to look at, okay, the easiest job for them to do is for them to get caregiving. So this is going to affect their nurses, their doctors, because they'll be overworked. There will be no one to really take care of their
support them, because what caregivers do is more of supporting the jobs, system. The health system. Let me just quickly give a broad idea of what caregivers do. They support, they provide company for loved ones and services that improve their living environment, personal care, meal assistance, transportation, medication management. And so if you're saying that you don't need these people, then who takes care of this population who will be needing them? Perhaps you're saying that you have enough already, and well, you're saying they cannot bring in their dependents, basically. But we saw what happened recently, where a lady in Nigeria who was a caregiver actually died. And she wanted to go to work. She was having headaches and all of that. But thanks to her husband, he was able to support her one way or the other, but she still managed to go to work, but in the process collapsed and died. Now, the pressure, especially where you don't have your support system, you go to work, you come back, there's nobody really taking care of you. She still had her husband, her family with her, but then she still died in the process because of the pressure of work. And for some persons, seeing their family eases the tension, just helps them relax better and all of it. And now you're
especially in a boring place like the UK, where you don't...
You are saying it is boring.
It is boring.
But there are those who will say, let us go there first.
I tell you, UK is boring.
Let them go there. Let them get there first to know whether it's boring or not. What might be boring to you may not be boring to someone else. So it is just a matter of how they can look at how to balance this whole situation. When they even said that some students cannot bring in their families, there were still those